Regarding tomorrow, Martha, for the celebratory family introductions, let's have French food, shall we? I'll make all the arrangements for it. It will be a delightful meal for everyone.
Oh, Brandy. Oh, that's incredibly kind of you. Truly, it should be us preparing everything. We should be hosting this momentous occasion, ensuring everything is perfect.
It's quite all right, Martha. Please don't worry about it. You're elderly, and I'll make all the necessary reservations. Our homes are conveniently close, so it's no trouble at all for me to handle the details. It's the least I can do.
Your thoughtfulness is deeply appreciated. We are truly grateful for your generosity. It was truly a spectacle of petty cruelty. I can't believe you actually made me think I'd be served French food. To go to such a significant introduction, a day meant for unity and goodwill, and have you deliberately not prepare French food for me alone? To deliberately exclude me in such a blatant, humiliating way. This is an act of malice I've only ever witnessed in melodramas. This is a first for me, in 69 years of life, to experience such a despicable, mean-spirited act from someone I was supposed to be joining as family. At my age, you'd think I'd seen it all, but no. Life still manages to surprise with its capacity for cruelty. By the way, I was just handed a boiled egg. Is this your idea of a meal?
Martha, you didn't eat anything, did you? Such a shame. How truly sad. Here, for the poor pension-dependent old woman, who apparently couldn't manage to bring her own meal, a single boiled egg. It's simple, humble fare, but perhaps it will suffice. Do try not to choke. We wouldn't want any unfortunate incidents.
Brandy, why would you do something like this? What possible justification could there be for such a deliberate and calculated insult? I understand I am not Clara's birth mother. That fact has been established and acknowledged countless times. However, I am still her mother in every sense that truly matters. I raised her, I loved her, and I continue to care for her deeply. I don't deserve this kind of treatment. I have committed no offense, no transgression that warrants such a public and personal affront.
Oh, I know. I'm well aware of the details. There's no blood relation, is there? You keep bringing it up as if it's some profound secret. It's common knowledge. I believe your daughter was named Clara, correct? An adopted child brought into your family, not born into it.
Brandy, my daughter Clara came to us through adoption. She is our precious daughter, cherished and loved as if she was born of our own flesh and blood. She is and always will be a vital, irreplaceable part of our family. What does that have to do with anything? How does that historical detail justify your abhorrent behavior today?
It means that a grandchild born to a daughter with no blood relation to you makes you a stranger, doesn't it? It's quite simple. There's no shared lineage, no ancestral bond. Strangers cannot be trusted. They always betray you. My family, on the other hand, is bound by blood, by an unbreakable natural connection.
Brandy, wait a moment, please. Please, just consider your words. Are you, by any chance, implying that our family relationship, forged through love and commitment, is somehow illegitimate? Are you actually stating that because there's no direct blood tie between me and my beloved grandson, Daniel, that we are nothing more than strangers? That our bond is meaningless?
Yes, precisely. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's audacious for you to even claim the title of family. It's an act of presumption, an arrogant overstep of boundaries. You have no right to that claim. You're an outsider.
Brandy, that's enough. Absolutely enough. I can tolerate insults directed at me. I've faced my fair share of rude people in my life, and I can endure personal attacks. But I will not permit this mockery and insult against my sacred relationship with Daniel and my late daughter Clara. They are my family, bonded by love and shared life, not just by genetics. You have no right to diminish or deny what we are. This is unforgivable.
Wow, you're scary. You'll collapse from high blood pressure if you get that angry. Honestly, you should calm down. Strangers should leave. You don't belong here. This is a place for real family to deepen their bonds, for those connected by blood and tradition. Don't act like a victim when you are clearly in the wrong, when you're attempting to impose yourself where you don't belong. Besides, our family has a company. You should be grateful that a poor man like Daniel, your grandson, got to marry into our family to gain this connection to wealth and prestige. Consider yourself fortunate. I'll just call for my car to take me home. Poor people walk home. Pensioners like you don't contribute to society. You merely consume resources. So you should fend for yourselves and find your own way back.
Grandma, are you okay? What happened back there? I never in my wildest dreams thought Brandy would be so cruel, so utterly despicable. I'm so sorry you had to experience that.
Daniel, I'm sorry. I truly am. I should have endured it. I should have bitten my tongue and tolerated her insults, no matter how venomous. I ruined the introduction, didn't I? I allowed her to provoke me, and now this important event, meant to solidify your future, has been tainted.
Grandma, you did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing. You stood up for yourself. For us. And besides, I just left that place. I couldn't just stand by while she said those unforgivable things to you, while she attacked our family's very foundation. It was an insult to both of us. No matter what anyone says, no matter what twisted definition of family they try to impose, you are my grandmother. You've always been there for me, always loved me unconditionally. I won't let them deny that bond. They have no right to diminish what we are to each other. Oh, right, Grandma, you haven't eaten anything, have you? You must be starving after that ordeal. I'll go buy your favorite blueberry muffins from the bakery on Willow Street. Let's find a quiet place and we can eat them together. My treat.
Well, thank you, Daniel. You truly are a good man. I'm so happy you grew up to be such a kind-hearted, empathetic person. Your compassion is a testament to the love you've been shown.
It's all thanks to you, Grandma. You raised me after Mom and Dad died in that terrible accident. You were there when no one else was. You picked me up when I was at my lowest. You taught me what real family means, what true love and dedication look like. Still, Brandy and her family are even more troublesome than I heard. Maya always spoke about her mother's strictness and obsession with family lineage, but I never imagined it would manifest in such an overtly hostile and ill-mannered way. They seem completely devoid of common sense, of basic human decency.
Well, that much was obvious. People with such warped perspectives are truly difficult to deal with. Maya always hinted at their extreme views on family, at their almost suffocating possessiveness. Of course, everyone has their own values, their own belief about what constitutes a family, but denying other forms of family, dismissing bonds of love and shared life simply because they lack a biological link is unforgivable. It's a narrow-minded and deeply hurtful perspective.
Yes, I agree completely. I can't let what they did to you go unpunished. You're like a parent to me, Grandma. You've been my unwavering pillar of support. I can't stand by while you're disrespected like this.
Daniel, your words alone make me happy. Knowing you feel that way is truly a blessing. But please, don't push yourself too hard. Don't let their ugliness consume you. It's not worth sacrificing your own peace of mind for their malice.
Oh, don't be silly, Grandma. Push myself. I'm angry too. How could I not be? My blood is boiling. I'm not gonna stay silent. This isn't just about me. It's about our family, about upholding the respect you deserve.
That's my grandson. You're right. You're absolutely right. I, too, am incensed. I can't stand by and let them get away with this. All right, Daniel, let's both do what we can, without overdoing it. We must be strategic, not reckless.
Agreed. That's the spirit. Let's make them regret denying our family. Let's show them the true strength of bonds forged by love and commitment, not just by genetics.
Martha, how is it that a poor pensioner, a woman who presumably lives on a meager state pension, arrived in a luxury car with a driver, no less? It makes no sense. It defies all logic. She's supposed to be a nobody, an insignificant old woman.
Brandy, what do you mean, how? I am, after all, an advisor to a company, a rather substantial one, actually. I gave up my license early due to my age, as driving becomes increasingly difficult and dangerous in my senior years. So I found it prudent to hire a driver. It's simply a matter of practical convenience and safety.
An advisor? An advisor to a company? Are you implying you also own a company? Are you actually trying to suggest you have some kind of significant financial standing?
Yes, that's correct. I do. I believe your family has traditionally managed a company, haven't they? A long-standing enterprise, passed down through generations, if I recall correctly.
Yes, and thanks to that, our small company has grown to the level of a medium-sized enterprise, a respectable business that has been a cornerstone of our family's prosperity for decades. We've built something substantial. I suppose yours is just a small, shabby company run by an old woman who probably has no real idea what she's doing. A mere hobby, no doubt.
Brandy, it's quite impressive that you've managed to grow your company through years of dedicated effort. That speaks to a certain level of commitment and perseverance. My company, however, was inherited from my daughter and son-in-law, Clara and Thomas, after their tragic passing. So I didn't build it from scratch, unlike your family. Therefore, I truly admire that your family started a business from nothing and has continued to grow it through generations. That's a different kind of achievement.
Huh? Wait a minute. Your daughter and son-in-law's company? How could a company be inherited by you, someone with no blood relation to the original founders? That makes absolutely no sense. It goes against all established norms of inheritance.
Brandy, it's a deeply sad story. My beloved daughter, Clara, passed away during Daniel's birth, leaving behind a profound void. A few years later, my son-in-law, Thomas, Daniel's father, was diagnosed with a terminal illness. He knew his time was limited. He left a will, clearly and unambiguously bequeathing the company to me. It was his way of entrusting me with the care of his only son, Daniel, and with the legacy he had built. He wanted me to be Daniel's protector, his guardian, and the steward of their shared dream. Blood relation is not the only definition of family, Brandy. Not the only criterion for trust or responsibility. At least for us, for Daniel and me, we are family, bound by love, by shared grief, and by unwavering commitment, no matter what anyone else says or thinks. Thomas must have been so regretful, so heart-wrenchingly sad to leave this world. He lost his wife, Clara, and had to leave behind his young son, Daniel, and a newly established company, a dream he had poured his life into. So I felt it was my solemn duty, my moral obligation to protect and nurture what they had entrusted to me, to ensure their legacy endured. And by the way, you assumed my company was small, perhaps even insignificant, but in terms of scale, it's actually a large corporation with several successful branches. Don't underestimate me, Brandy. Your assumptions are woefully inaccurate.
There's no way that's true. You're lying. Even if you did somehow inherit it, how could you possibly run a company without any business knowledge? Without a lifetime of experience in the industry? It's absurd. You must be completely inept.
Brandy, I relied on the colleagues Thomas trusted implicitly, the people who were with him from the very beginning, who shared his vision. You're right, I have no innate business knowledge. I'm not a born entrepreneur. I wasn't even involved in the company initially. It was their domain. It made absolute sense to entrust the company's daily operations to those who helped establish it and worked hard alongside Thomas. They possessed the expertise and the loyalty.
Unbelievable! Entrusting a company, a family legacy to a stranger, someone not bound by blood or family loyalty, that's an act of utter madness.
Brandy, I knew I lacked the necessary skills for direct management. That was a clear, pragmatic assessment. However, by relying on others, on these so-called strangers, and accepting their expertise and help, the company has grown significantly. It has not just survived, but thrived. You, on the other hand, talk about family business, but it sounds like you only trust your own blood, your own narrow circle, and you never allowed outsiders to bring new perspectives or innovative ideas into your company. Isn't that precisely why there's such a vast difference in scale between our companies now? Because one embraced change and external talent while the other stifled it?
Shut up, just shut up. We have history, a long, proud history, and if only we had enough capital, the company would have done well. It's all about the money. Daniel, Maya's grandmother. If she owned a company, she should have said so. We could have used her connections. Even without blood ties to her adopted child, she's the founder's mother. That means you're the successor, right? Since we're going to be a family, you should support us. We're having trouble with funding right now, a serious capital crunch.
Hello, Brandy. That's quite a presumptuous request, isn't it? My marriage to Maya has nothing to do with the company.
My daughter is part of the company, so her husband naturally is too. It's only natural to support your own family, isn't it? To back those who are connected to you by blood and by business. This is how things are done.
Brandy, that's a rather peculiar line of reasoning. Frankly, it's insane. Why would I support you? You denied and insulted my cherished grandmother, the woman who practically raised me. You called her a stranger. You tried to humiliate her.
Grandmother? I've never met your grandmother. I don't know what you're talking about. What insult are you talking about, Daniel? I'm completely unaware.
Brandy, I see. So you genuinely deny any form of family outside of blood relations, do you? You truly believe that love, care, and commitment count for nothing if there's no genetic link? The person you so cruelly dismissed as a stranger yesterday is my grandmother. She is my family. She raised me. No matter what anyone says, no matter how much you try to redefine reality, she is my family. In a way, she's like a parent to me, a profound and loving influence in my life.
Wait, what are you talking about? Your parents are deceased, aren't they? I am aware of that. What are you implying about parent figures? What exactly are you trying to say?
You truly are impossible to reason with. This conversation is utterly pointless. Listen very carefully. The people you call strangers, the people you denigrate and try to cast out, are my family. My grandmother was old and frail, but she always made the effort to come to my school events and parent-teacher conferences. She'd apologize, saying, "I'm sorry for embarrassing you with my wrinkled old face," but she always said she wanted to see me grow up. She wanted to witness every milestone, to be a part of my life. She's completely different from you. Completely. You wouldn't understand.
Of course she's different. I value family. My family, not strangers. If a stranger showed up at the school event, an outsider attempting to infiltrate my family's private life, I'd throw them out. I'd have them removed. Don't compare me to someone who pretends to be family when they're not. Don't you dare put me in the same category as that woman.
Brandy, you're right. My apologies. It was disrespectful of me to even make the comparison. My grandmother didn't cry in front of me even when my grandfather died. She always thought only of me, protecting me, cushioning me from grief. She's a strong, selfless, kind person. It was an insult to her to compare her to someone like you who thinks only of themselves.
What? Are you insulting me, your mother-in-law? You are being impertinent and disrespectful.
Brandy, I'm not insulting you. I'm merely stating a truth. I just think you're impossible to reason with, that's all. You operate on a completely different moral compass.
What a rude person. How can my daughter, my own flesh and blood, even consider marrying someone like this? She clearly has no taste. Well, it doesn't matter if you have money, if you're so successful. Hurry up and support us. Transfer the funds. That's all I want from you. That's the only value you bring to this arrangement.
I told you before, didn't I? I won't support you. Not after what you said and did. And now, as of this moment, you and I are strangers. Our connection, if there ever truly was one, is severed.
No, we're not strangers. We're getting married. My daughter and your money are still connected to me.
I'm breaking off the engagement with Maya. I will not marry into a family that disrespects mine. So there's no reason for me to support you, no familial obligation whatsoever. I came here today for introductions, to unify our families. But I can't accept someone as family who wouldn't accept my grandmother as family. It's a non-negotiable principle for me. So, If you'll excuse me, I'm going to discuss this with Maya now. I'll make sure she understands why this painful decision must be made.
Wait, don't you dare! If it's a discussion, I'll be there too. My daughter can't do anything on her own. She's still a child in many ways. She needs my guidance. Important discussions, especially ones concerning her future, must be handled by parents.
Brandy, this is a discussion about my and Maya's future. It is a private matter. Please do not interfere. You're not relevant to this conversation.
Daughter Maya. She hasn't come home for days. She's not answering her phone. Has she gone to your place? Is she with you? If I can't reach her and I can't reach you either, I am going to call the police. I will report her missing.
Hello, Brandy. Yes, I'm in contact with Maya. She's quite all right.
Really? Oh, thank goodness. That's good. Then, can you tell her to contact me immediately? Please, she seems to be ignoring my texts and calls. She won't respond to anything.
Brandy, that's not possible. Maya has blocked you on every platform, every line of communication.
What? No, that can't be true. Blocked me? She would never. Oh, don't make such awful jokes, Daniel. This isn't funny.
Brandy, do you think it's a joke? Do you truly believe I would lie about something like this? Then check her room. Look for yourself. Her belongings are gone, every last one of them.
Daniel, her room is empty, completely empty. It's like she vanished. What in the world is going on? What does this mean?
Brandy, can't you see? Can you not grasp the obvious conclusion? She's left home, permanently, to cut ties with you, to be free.
Daniel, why would she do something like that? Why would my own daughter abandon me?
Brandy, Maya and I discussed it. We talked for a long time, deeply and honestly. I told her we couldn't get married if things continued as they were, with your control over her life. And then she told me herself she wanted to leave home and sever all ties with you. She couldn't bear it anymore. I've been consulting with Maya for a long time, for months, even years. She's been at her limit with your excessive possessiveness and control for as long as I've known her. Maya has been suffering in silence, Brandy, for a very, very long time.
Daniel, what? Possessiveness? Oh, don't be so dramatic. That's an absurd accusation. Of course, as a parent, I might have been a little overprotective, yes, but that's natural. It's a mother's instinct.
Brandy, overprotective? Is that truly what you call it? Are you referring to setting an adult woman's curfew at 6 p.m. and hitting her and locking her up if she's even a second late? Is that your definition of protection? Or are you referring to forcing her to transfer 90% of her salary to you, depriving her of any financial freedom, any autonomy, and preventing her from becoming independent? Is that what you call overprotective? We've been dating since college, Brandy, for years. The only reason our marriage was delayed is because she was struggling with the abnormality of her own family, with the constant suffocating fear of your reactions, your punishments. She couldn't break free. That's why she chose to cut ties with you. She chose freedom and her own future over your toxic control.
Daniel, my daughter would never betray me. Not my Maya. That's impossible. Family doesn't betray each other. They are bound by an unbreakable bond. You must have incited her. You filled her head with lies. Give me back my daughter. Bring her home.
Brandy, family doesn't betray each other only holds true if there's immense, unconditional love from parent to child. A deep, nurturing, self-sacrificing love. You didn't give her proper love. Not in the way she needed it. You gave her control, not freedom. You gave her fear, not security. You gave her suffocation, not growth. That's why she felt betrayed, and that's why she finally acted. There's no blood relation in the world that can mend a relationship broken by a lack of genuine love and respect. Rather, Brandy, as a parent, shouldn't you be happy that your child is becoming independent, forging her own path, building her own life? Since you can't even do that, since you cannot rejoice in her autonomy, your parent-child relationship is clearly broken. It was broken long before today.
Daniel, shut up! Just shut up! I don't want to hear it! Good for nothing! Get lost! I didn't ask for a lecture! Just let me talk to her! If we talk, if I can reason with her, she'll understand! She'll come back!
Brandy, talk? You mean threaten, don't you? You mean intimidate her, coerce her, manipulate her back into your control. I will never let you meet her. Not now, not ever. I will protect the woman I love. I will protect Maya from you, always. After Maya, you've been a lifeline for her. It was good that she finally left her family's house, but she was quite unstable afterward, emotionally fragile from the shock of it all. Your calm presence has been invaluable.
It's all right, dear. It's only natural. It takes immense courage for a child to defy a parent, especially one as controlling as Brandy. The emotional toll is profound. Even if she doesn't consciously want to feel that way, instinct and years of conditioning can make her feel a deep sense of guilt and betrayal for leaving. In such times, it's best to settle down in a calm, safe place away from the source of her distress and allow herself to truly heal and process everything. If an old woman like me can be a good listener, a comforting presence, I'm happy to. I simply want to provide a sanctuary.
I'm truly grateful, Grandma. You've been her anchor. It's comforting just to have an older person listen to her, someone who understands the nuances of family dynamics and provides a non-judgmental space. How is Maya doing now? Is she regaining her strength? I'll buy anything she needs on my way home from work, anything at all. And you too, Grandma, don't hesitate to ask for anything you might need. Please consider it done.
Oh, you're so kind, Daniel. Your generosity knows no bounds.
It's only natural, Grandma. This is what family does for each other. Besides, I'm not her grandmother, so some things might be hard for her to talk about with me. Some of the deeper, more intimate feelings. But I think Maya might be able to confide in you, Grandma. She trusts you. She respects you. Oh, right. Since this whole incident, it's become clear that you own a company, right? The very large one with multiple branches. Maya sees you as a formidable company owner, a successful business leader, and she wants to discuss an important matter with you. When she's settled and feeling stronger, would you mind listening to her? She has some significant proposals.
Of course, my grandson's fiancée is like a grandchild to me. She's family now in every way that counts. If I can help, if there's anything within my power, I'll do anything. Company a subsidiary? How dare you make such a brazen, insulting proposal? You, an old woman who corrupted someone else's daughter, who stole my Maya from me, you have no right. Brandy, you're saying harsh things, but that's simply your perspective. This proposal came directly from your daughter, Maya. It was her idea, her initiative. Maya? My Maya would never. That's impossible. She wouldn't undermine me. Brandy, Maya handles the company's accounting, doesn't she? So she's intimately aware of the company's true financial situation. She's seen the numbers, the projections, the impending disaster. I understand your company's been in a severe slump for several years, Brandy. The financial reports I've seen are dire. Maya, unlike you, deeply cares for the employees, even those not related by blood. She recognizes their loyalty, their dedication, their families. She said if the company goes bankrupt, if it collapses under your mismanagement, the employees will be left stranded, jobless, without recourse. That's why she came to me, why she bowed her head and asked me to save the company, to save their livelihoods. She's truly admirable, Brandy. She has the makings of a true manager, a compassionate leader. As her grandmother, I felt compelled to act when she humbled herself like that, for the sake of those innocent employees. That's why I've made this proposal. It's a rescue, not a hostile takeover.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. An outsider, someone with no blood connection to our legacy, interfering in my company's management? This is an insult. It's a blatant power grab. I am not taking help from strangers. I refuse.
Brandy, you're quite quick to say that, considering you were persistently asking my grandson, Daniel, for financial support. That support, which you so eagerly sought, would have come directly from my company. It seems your aversion to stranger help is rather selective, wouldn't you say? It only applies when you're not the one in need. So you're saying this is about your petty pride, isn't it, Brandy? You don't like the idea of me, an outsider, being above you, being in a position of power over your family. That's all this is. And frankly, it's truly sad for the innocent employees who get caught up in such meaningless pride. Maya specifically asked me to protect the employees, to ensure their welfare, so I intend to do what is necessary to honor that request.
My employees are my employees. They belong to me. You're not going to do anything to them. You will not interfere. Suddenly moving to your company, every single one of them. What kind of fraud did you commit? What kind of unethical tactics did you use?
Brandy, there was no fraud, no unethical tactics whatsoever. It was all thanks to Maya's integrity, her genuine concern for them, and your profound inability to lead. When Maya finally cut ties with you and the news of your rejection of the subsidiary proposal reached the employees, a rejection that would inevitably lead to their unemployment, it caused them great anxiety. They were facing ruin. So when Maya relayed that my company would accept them, that there was a safe harbor for their careers, all of your employees, every single one of them, decided to transfer. It was their choice based on sound judgment and a desire for stability. Unlike you, who only trusted your relatives, Maya truly cared for her employees. She valued their loyalty, and that's why they trusted her, not you.
What? They all believed my daughter over me? Their own CEO? The woman who built this company?
Brandy, that's right. That's exactly what happened. You, as a manager, didn't think about your employees. You only considered your immediate family's interests, your own profit, your own pride. This, Brandy, is the direct consequence. This is the bitter harvest of your short-sightedness and selfishness. Rest assured, we will take responsibility for your former employees here. They're now our employees, and we will care for them.
How is any of this reassuring? How can I feel safe when my company is being stripped bare? My company is going to collapse. It is on the verge of ruin. People I hire quit after just a few days, and operations have completely stopped. I can't run the company anymore. It's impossible. Give me back my employees, please. My family and I worked so hard for this company. It's our legacy. I can't let it go under. I simply can't.
Brandy, if people you hire quit after just a few days, that says a lot about you and your management, doesn't it? It reflects directly on your leadership style, or rather your lack thereof. Some of the employees we accepted from your company were even experiencing severe stress-related health issues due to your toxic work environment. A company that treats its employees as disposable, that works them to the bone without care or respect, should collapse quickly. It's a natural, inevitable consequence.
What choice did I have? Anyone outside the family betrays you. They're all untrustworthy. Since there's no family connection, they all just quit without a second thought and run away irresponsibly. It's all their fault.
Brandy, it's understandable that you can't trust strangers. Perhaps something in your past, some deep-seated trauma or insecurity, must have made you feel that way. However, humans are meant to support each other. We thrive in community, not isolation. We build and grow through collaboration. Blood ties or family names have nothing to do with it. It's about shared humanity and mutual respect.
That's not true. That's absolutely not true. We've just been betrayed by our non-family employees, by the very strangers you claim we should trust.
Brandy, the loneliness and ruin you feel now is not due to a lack of blood ties in your company. It is due to your own character, your profound lack of empathy and respect for others. Listen carefully. No one will be kind to someone who doesn't value them. No one will go above and beyond for a leader who sees them as disposable. Your current situation, Brandy, is simply the result of everything you've done to others, the callous way you've treated everyone around you. If you can't be kind to people, if you can't see them as anything more than tools for your own profit, then please try to manage with just your cherished family. That's all you have left. It's a mistake to rely on me or anyone outside your immediate circle, because you and I are strangers, and you've made it clear that you can't trust strangers. Into decline, with virtually no staff and those she managed to hire quitting within days due to the toxic work environment and her increasingly erratic behavior, it became impossible to conduct any meaningful business. Despite taking out desperate loans in a futile attempt to keep it afloat, profitability never returned. The company, the very symbol of the family she so fiercely protected, eventually collapsed into bankruptcy. Brandy, who had stubbornly insisted that only blood relations could be trusted, ultimately lost the company her daughter and lineage had purportedly protected for generations. She was left with nothing but crippling debt. To compound her misery, the entire fiasco was laid squarely at her feet. The widespread knowledge of her malicious behavior towards Daniel and her own daughter Maya, coupled with the dramatic exodus of her employees, led to her becoming a pariah within her own extended family. She was summarily kicked out of the family business, now ruined, and her husband, having endured enough public humiliation and financial strain, filed for divorce. Brandy, who had so proudly proclaimed the supremacy of blood, was left utterly and completely alone, a literal stranger to herself and everyone else. She became quite literally a solitary figure in the world. Meanwhile, life for Daniel, Maya, and me flourished. I had the immense joy and privilege of witnessing my grandson Daniel's wedding, a beautiful ceremony held at a charming country estate. Watching the radiant couple surrounded by genuine well-wishers and becoming a true family in every sense of the word filled me with an overwhelming sense of happiness and peace. It was a stark contrast to the ugliness we had endured. I know rationally that my time left on this earth is not boundless. I am elderly, and I accept the natural course of life. However, I am determined to spend the remaining precious years of this life living fully, being a beacon of love and support for Daniel and Maya, and ensuring they know what true family means. I want to be a living testament to the enduring power of compassion and unconditional love. I want to live my remaining days in a way that allows me to finally join my beloved husband in happiness and contentment, knowing I have lived a life true to my principles and fulfilled my purpose. I can finally see the beautiful future that was always meant for my family.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.